Greetings, mortals, and welcome. Please present your tickets for validation. Thank you. Your existence has been acknowledged, and you have been granted access every Thursday and Friday. You will be accompanying your guides, Krista and Brandy, along with a world-renowned guest. They will be exploring an intriguing tendril of what humans refer to as reality each week, as they strive to advance you further down the path to the truths of your physical earth and what lies on the other side. Remember to please keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times, and do not exit until the craft has come to a complete stop.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I am so excited. Woo!
Excited because it's Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Happy Tuesday, Paul.
Thanks.
Porch weekends, it's his Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's my Tuesday.
Oh, well, you know.
But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. So anyway, we thought we'd come on tonight, and we're just going to drop the link in chat. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Ghost, Bigfoot, Dogman, UFO, missing time. We don't care. Come on and talk about it with us. Right?
Yeah, we want to hear some stories now.
Right.
We're always telling our stories. We want to hear your stories.
That's right. Absolutely, we do. Absolutely. So real quick, before we get to rolling here, we've got a couple things we got to get out of the way. Brandy, you're up. That one.
Oh, I am so sorry. Okay. October 26th into the wee early hours of the 27th of this October, we are having a great day planned at the Ray County Museum. In the afternoon, we're going to have a paranormal and a cryptid 101. And then we're going to feed you, and then we're going to ghost hunt all night. But if you don't want to go ghost hunt, you sure can come from the cryptid and the paranormal 101, which the tickets are only $15 a piece. But if you want to stay for the whole shebang, it's $65. And I'm telling you what, it's going to be an awesome event. It's a great price, and it is a super location. Don't miss out. So if you want to get tickets, get them now because it's limited seating. And go to Eventbrite to Blondes and Booze, and it should be the first one that pops up.
Yep, it should be. I think it's the only one out there right now for Blondes and Booze.
I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the last one for the year, everybody, because we're done after that.
Yeah.
Got to start saving for Christmas.
And real quick, thank you, BMR. We appreciate
Thanks, Rob.
that.
Thanks, Rob.
Most definitely. So, and then we have another thing we got going on here. Let me find it too. Let's see. Anybody wants to go ghost hunting with us at the Haunted Castle House? They can do so. And Paul, I'm going to let you talk about that one.
This is going to be another fun one. We have one ticket left, and we are going to give that to one lucky viewer. Friday the 13th. What's better than a Friday the 13th ghost hunt?
Nothing.
Right. Friday, September 13th, the Haunted Castle House down in Brumley, Missouri. I've heard a lot of great things about that. It's going to be a fun night. Come on down. It's going to be put on by Blondes and Booze and Paranormal Among Us. To enter, simply share both Blondes and Booze and Paranormal Among Us YouTube channels on Facebook for your friends to see. It'll be a great time. So hopefully you can get in and join us. Drawing will be August 31st.
Yeah, and we do realize that it's only one ticket. And that's okay, because we got your back.
That's right.
Yep. Also, Gary Spikes said that for that lucky winner, he would donate a walking stick to.
I hope I win.
Right.
Can I win? Can I win?
You. I'm gonna try to say hello to everybody, but like my computer refreshes, so if I Don't call you out. Don't take it personally, please. Tane, Rich, Gary, Pancho Zorch, Mickey. Let's go on down the line here. Crystal McGee. Hey. Figgy. Mickey. Try not to repeat names. John, good to see you. Said Mickey. Don't refresh. Moon at noon. Hello. It's my computer. It does that. It like refreshes. Werewolf. Hello. Brandy. Blondes and booze. Fancy seeing you here.
Hi.
I'm trying not to get names that have repeated. Kimberly. Hello. Kimberly M. There's another name there. Paranormal Paul. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of you guys out there. So I'm scrolling. T-Bone. Hey, hello.
Did you drop the link?
Not yet. We'll talk about it first.
Sorry.
War Criminal. Hey, hello. Kevin. Hello. Josh Castro. Good to see you. Going on down. David Murphy. Hello. Let's see. Cryptidville. Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Let's see. Anna. Good to see you. Like I said, I'm sorry if I miss anybody because I'm trying not to. Robert, good to see you. I'm trying here. Crystal McGee, I don't know if I said hello to you. Hello. BMR, of course, our buddy BMR. I think I got people, and I'm Kenneth Robertson. Hello, good to see you. That's name one I didn't see. And I keep refreshing.
Yep, our friend Courtney popped in.
Courtney and Crossover Paranormal Society. Hello, good to see you guys.
Donnie Cho's here.
Donnie Cho.
Hey, Donnie.
Hello, Donnie. Smoky Mountain Wanderer. Yay. So anyway, all kinds of people here. And I apologize if I missed anybody. I definitely appreciate y'all coming in here, and so does Brandy, for sure.
Absolutely. And if you see the top of my head a lot, it's because I'm doing everything in my lap. Because of my current internet situation, everything is in my lap. So
Yes. Jason Finch is in there too. Hello, Jason. Joanne, hello. Good to see you.
And Brandy, your internet is working really good. We do not want to mess with it. So
that's why everything is in my lap. I'm not moving. I didn't move it from last night. I'm like, this is it.
Yep. JL Vasquez, thank you. T-Bone, thank you. Just because. Appreciate that. For sure. Okay, so tonight, like I said, we're going to have the open night. Like, I'm just going to drop the link in chat. You feel welcome to come on. You do not have to show yourself. It's got an option there where you can blank yourself out and you don't have to show. And then just come on and talk to us. And if you got any paranormal, alien, whatever, if it's weird, come on, let's talk about it. So I just dropped it in chat. And until then, we'll just BS. The 30 of us.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
I don't know. Donnie, have you entered to get into that one ticket?
That's a long way for Donnie to come.
He'd do it though.
he could fly there. That'll be fun.
That's what I mean. Why not?
Yeah. That'd be fun.
I mean, who doesn't want to go ghost hunting on Friday the 13th? Really?
Right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. At a creepy location too, because that place is creepy.
Yeah.
Donnie says I'd go.
Yep. So we have somebody backstage. It looks like it's Mickey. So
All right.
I'm gonna bring her on up. Hello.
Hey,
Evening, kids.
How are you?
Hi,
Doing
Mickey.
okay. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Paul.
How you doing?
Tired but good.
I know the feeling.
I am with you.
I have a small update from when I did an interview with you and Brandy almost a year ago. I believe
Okay.
it was.
Okay. Well, kind of refresh us and then tell
I
us
grew
the
up.
update.
Hold
grew
on
up
one
over-
second. Hold on one second. Big Bird, I see you're backstage. We'll as soon as Mickey's finished, we'll bring you up. So
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
order as people come. So
I will not be long. So
you're good. You're good.
You're fine.
Mickey's like, no.
The only reason I'm not showing myself is I'm a hot mess because I've been cleaning all day. So yeah, y'all have to suffer without me tonight.
Hey, that's what these are for. I mean, hats. Gotta love them.
I don't have any. Just a quick rundown. I believe we talked about the haunted house I grew up over in Kansas City, Kansas,
Yes.
the Turner area. I found a small update. I don't know with Wikipedia how accurate it is, but it might explain quite a few things. Apparently, at the end of the street where I lived, and then like for 6 blocks over, there was a raid.
Wow.
And I'm going to butcher the name of the raiders. Quintrells Raiders.
The Quantrell Raiders, yeah.
Yes, they raided that area from, and I don't mind sharing because I don't live over there anymore, from like 51st and Schweitzer Road in that area.
Are you talking about Lawrence?
No, I'm talking about in Kansas City, Kansas.
Okay, gotcha. I know the Quantrell Raiders, they burned the town of Lawrence.
Yes, they did. They apparently were all through Missouri, Kansas, on their way out to Lawrence.
They got around, didn't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not real sure how accurate Wikipedia is.
Mm-hmm.
According to the history of Turner, they had raided several farms in that area, and several people were unalived.
Wow, that would lead to a lot of.
So I'm
Hauntings.
wondering. Yes, I'm wondering because it was at the end of that street that I lived on over. If we don't have some residual hauntings in that area. And really, it's more like a half a block from the 51st Street. We were right in the middle of the one street we lived on.
Wow. Huh.
So it wasn't
Wow.
very far from the house I grew up in. So that's my little update on that. It makes me wonder.
Right?
Yeah, because you never know who was related to who in that area since it was so close.
And it was still farmland,
Right.
but they,
Yeah.
like I said, people were unalived, during the raids. Buildings were burnt.
Mhm.
It makes me wonder if that's where some of the paranormal activity comes from.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just
Interesting.
happened to be one of the ones that picked up on it.
Maybe. Maybe.
Very interesting, Nikki.
Yeah.
That is interesting. That would be something to know because War just came on and said they have a display in the Ray County Museum about him.
Yeah.
I've seen that several times, and now it's just like connecting the dots.
Yeah.
For
Kind of
me,
cool.
for me, it is, other than like I spoke on Monica's show 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. I still think this little man that I saw I think that the audience is right. May have been my dad's spirit guide prepping me for his passing.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if maybe it was that, or maybe one of the poor farmers that passed in that area.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, I just happened to be playing around on Wikipedia and found that. Like I said, I don't know how accurate Wikipedia is. I mean,
I think parts of it are.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
it's the internet. I mean, come on now.
Well,
yeah, I know. It's
everything's true on the internet, right?
Yeah.
kind of like watching Fox News, you know.
I plead the fifth about Fox News.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
no, I promised Freaky Geek the next time you guys had a live, I would come on and update him where you guys could all hear it about what I found out in that area.
Very
That is cool. That is cool. Well, thank you, Mickey. I mean, that
Yeah.
that might have to.
history buff anyway, and that's awesome.
It does make me want to research it more, go to the
Mhm.
library.
Yeah.
Like I said, Wikipedia is only so much, so it
Right.
makes me want to look into it some more.
You
Right.
might want to. You might want to, since that that's kind of like your history too. You're right there.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, we saw more than just the little man. We don't have time tonight. I don't want to take up all your all's time either.
You're good. You're good.
I just
Okay.
want to
But well, you know what? We'll make time for you on another show. I promise.
We can sure do that.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
can sure do that. One of you reach out to me on Facebook or even through DM on YouTube, and we can talk
Okay.
about doing that at another time.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Sweet.
Sounds like a plan for
All
sure.
right, thank
And
you
then are you
guys.
planning on coming to the Ray County Museum?
Yes, that's another thing I do need to consider. I really want to, but with you guys talking about the whole, if you have health issues, it's probably not a good idea.
Gotcha.
And with me having some health issues right now,
Mhm.
I still may come anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, too, you got to remember, too, it's all about your intention. So you can put up your bubble, too, you know, where
Oh,
they
yeah.
leave you alone as well.
It's the
Exactly.
bubble's been up hot and heavy as of late. Things at work and out in my little field, but Brandon really wants to come too. So
Yep.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yep.
That'd be cool. I hope you do
Yeah.
come. I
Yeah.
hope you do.
Me too. Me too.
well, I'm hopefully things will get physically and all that will get better by then. But I really want to go, and like I said, Brandon really wants to come too. So
Awesome. Very cool.
he thinks it'd be really cool. So
Yeah,
So-
that'd be awesome.
War said, "Get your hind end down there, Mickey." So yeah, you got to do it now. Yeah.
War's been trying to get me to go all kinds of places in the last 6 months. A silly guy.
Yeah.
Well, this one's close. So
Yeah,
there
only
you go.
an hour away. So yeah, like I said, especially with you guys, and I know it's not a special trip, but you guys making a trip out, I think it would be well worth it. And I've always wanted to see the Ray County Museum.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great place.
It's cool. Yeah.
Only place you're not, and I told you the other night or last night, I will not go even near Atchison, Kansas. I do not want to go near the Sally House.
Nope. Stay away from the Sally House.
No Sally House. Mm-mm.
No,
Nope.
no. It's like a nope rope.
Yep. That's it.
It's a no from me.
Okay, well, I'm going to let somebody else come on.
Sounds
We've
good.
invited me
Thank you,
before,
Mickey.
so, yeah.
Thank you,
Mickey.
Mickey.
Thank you. I'll
Thank you.
see y'all in chat.
Yep.
All right.
That was cool. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
there. Especially, I'm the Civil War buff though, so that was really cool. I think. Let's see here. Hello, are you there?
Yep,
Well, hey, Big Bird. How are
Big Bird.
you?
I am wonderful. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome.
And with me, we can talk virtually anything, but we'll go on to talking to spirit
Okay.
and ghosts.
Okay.
I used to work in a lodge that was 100 and some years old, and all of us workers were crazy, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
We were always up to something. Like the boss's son one night put a note in the staff bathroom to not throw cigarettes in the toilet. And of course, I see the note and immediately right underneath it, yeah, it makes them soggy and hard to light. Well, one night I came in to work. Now, I'd worked there a few years previous, and this is what was my second time going back. But this one particular night, I come in through the door, and the owner's son says, "Have you ever met Henry?" And I looked at him and said, "Henry? Who the hell are you talking about, Henry?" He said, "Well, the ghost." And I laughed at him and thought he was just being a wise ass like we normally were. And I was working behind the bar that night. Now, the bar was just a little area. I'd say maybe 10 feet by 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you could go out onto the lanai or into the blue room or the red room and everywhere off of the bar. And he told me about Henry the ghost, and of course it's been busy that night, so I'm busy serving drinks and what have you, and the end of the night rolls around and everybody's in the back kitchen because they've got all their work done, and I'm behind the bar counting all my empties, like my liquor and my wine to replace behind the bar. And all of a sudden, the ad machine starts going, and then the phone starts going, and then the lights start going 1,000 miles an hour. And I thought, them rotters, they're out there being wise asses. So I come out from behind the bar. Now, the office was directly behind the bar, so that was the first place I went. Nobody's in there. So I go to the little room right behind the office. Nobody's in there either. So I go down the hall towards where the staff hang out when they're done, because they're always eating or whatever before they head home. And they're all munching, and nobody's got that look about them like we're up to something. And trust me, I was giving every one of them the eye to make sure that they didn't look guilty. But all the women are sitting there eating chocolate cake, and the fellows are just sitting there having a drink. And I go into the kitchen, and everybody's cleaning up and scrubbing. So I go back to the bar, stand there, and I look around, and everything's still going nuts. The phone and everything electronic was just going crazy. And finally, I stood there, and I said, all right, Henry, enough is enough. You're not scaring me. Give it up. And immediately, everything went silent. Everything.
Oh, wow.
The lights went normal. The ad machine quit going. The phone quit going. Everything just, as soon as I said, all right, Henry, you're not scaring me. Enough is enough.
Wow. So,
And I just carried on my work.
and then did Henry stop?
Immediately, as soon as I told him enough is enough, you're not scaring me.
Yeah.
He thought, all right, I'm not scaring her. Well, I'll wait for the next guy.
And that says something there, because Brandy and I have said many times that I feel like if a spirit is good in life, they're good in death, and vice versa.
Mhm.
And however, like you said, when you asked Henry to stop, if it was a human being, a living human being, they probably would have too. So that just goes to say, hey, like all you gotta do is ask
Right.
them, and don't always work, but
but I'm the type to try and debunk before I believe.
Yeah.
Right. So I got to make sure, because I work with a bunch of clowns, right? So I had to eliminate all those clowns. But as I was walking back to the bar, I realized those clowns couldn't be sitting there flicking that light on that fast. Nor could they get the ad machine going or the phone going. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell they could have done that.
Right.
And that was just logical sense.
Wow.
Wow. That would kind of make me, I don't know, with everything going on at the same time.
See, I'm not one to jump at stuff, because I know spirit is everywhere. And if spirit wants to say hello, they're going to say hello.
Yeah.
Like my neighbor downstairs passed away. I have many of these stories, many. My neighbor downstairs passed away, and he had a very strong urine odor about him. And he had passed away, and about a year later, I come in the door, and all I could smell was Kevin. He was standing down at the bottom of the stairs, checking his mail. And I knew it was Kevin. I could smell him. And I just said, Kevin, how are you? And as soon as I acknowledged that Kevin was there, his smell dissipated.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I had a 17-and-a-half-year-old cat, Maine Coon. She passed away on me. I gave her a beautiful funeral, and like my bird last night. And I thought I seen her on my couch numerous times after passing, but I thought it was just because my heart was broken and I was pretending she was there or wishing she was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a couple of buddies come home after the bar one evening. We're sitting around here having a few teas and what have you. And a fellow that had never been here before, only met me that evening, is sitting in a chair looking towards my hallway. And he says, now my cat passed away the month before that.
Mm-hmm.
My one friend knew it, but the other guy didn't know me. He didn't know I owned a cat or had a cat that even passed away.
Oh.
And he turns to me and he says, do you own a cat? I could have swore I just seen a big fat cat staring at us from the doorway. And it went that way, he said. And of course, my Maine Coon was just like that. If she didn't like the company, then she would snub her nose and head into the bedroom where I had a footstool for her, and she climbed on the footstool and she would go to bed.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I definitely believe that animals, like, not that they're stuck here, but they can come and go. Thank you, T-Bone.
Thank you, T-Bone. I do too.
Yeah.
And because I'm gonna tell a little story here. So I had received a video from a place that's probably about 45 miles from here or so, and it is a children's science museum. Well, it was a surveillance video from their office. And in this video, you can clearly see the outline of a cat. It was very transparent, but you can see the outline of the cat, and it's moving across the floor underneath the desk, and you can see it move.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I mean, that right there just tells me, well,
Yeah.
that place has really got something going on. So when I went down there, every once in a while, you would hear that cat meow or something, or you'd hear like a toy jingle that it would play with all the time, or so yeah, I believe that too. I believe pets can haunt if they want to.
Yeah. I firmly believe that.
Yeah.
I
Of all
had two.
the pets that I've lost, I would love it if they came by and
Mhm.
just to visit and stuff,
Well,
I
I've
feel
had two come back. My Maine Coon, she was 17 and a half. The other one was 20, I'd say 25 almost. She
Wow.
outlived 4 owners. She was 2 pounds when I got her. She was 10 pounds when she passed away. And she, like Kevin, had a urine stench about her. Because when I got her, she had been living in a home with no food, no water, no litter. So she was basically living in her own fecal matter. And because of her weight and her age, I didn't want to risk trying to bathe her.
Yeah.
So I just left her the way she was. And she came back 2 or 3 times after passing as well.
How old
Wow.
was the cat?
That cat was, I'd say, close to 25, and she outlived 4 owners.
Wow.
Wow.
And she never, ever went to the vet or had any kind of vet needles ever.
Wow.
None.
Wow. That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah, that
Yep.
is.
Mine.
That is. Very cool. Well, we appreciate you coming on and telling us about your encounters. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
I could go on for days, but
Well, I was going to say, you had said that, so actually we might probably get in touch with you and have you come back on and let's talk more.
Yes, absolutely.
I've got some, I've had spirit come forward when companies been here to ask me to pass forward messages. Oh, I could, yeah, but we'll leave it here. And peace out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my
Thank you.
tales.
Thank
Thank you,
Awesome.
Big Bird. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Big Bird.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
I love that screen name too, Big Bird.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I do too. Awesome. Awesome.
and she's got some happy birds.
Yeah.
Some very happy birds.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. All right. We have somebody else waiting. Hello.
Hey, how are
Hey,
you?
Casper, how you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, well, we're just hanging out telling spooky stories on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's
I-
how we do.
I've only got a couple stories, but I mean, one's real short. The other one's my family ghost story.
Mhm.
And my aunt experienced most of it. My grandma, she could tell something was around. She felt it. My uncle, he claims to have seen some stuff, but it's mostly my aunt. I mean, her growing up, I think she was, 6 or 8, around there. But
Wow.
she used to pee the bed. And the reason she would pee her bed, she would wake up to go to the bathroom, but she wouldn't go to the bathroom because there was a lady that would come down the hallway in a white dress with black hair and scared her to death. And
Oh.
my grandpa, he wasn't the best of people a long time ago. So he'd beat her. And
Wow.
yeah. One night she decided, no, I ain't doing this anymore. She got up, she went out in the hallway, and she said, as soon as she stepped in the hallway, here come that lady. Yeah. And she just tightened up her fists and walked straight through her, went to the bathroom.
Wow. Walk through her.
That's brave.
She said it was like stepping into a deep freeze.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said it was so cold. But there's more to that house than just that lady coming down the hallway. My grandparents' bedroom's closet, from my aunt and uncle, they said there was a demon in there.
Oh, wow.
They could see the red glowing eyes. And my grandma said every time she went to that closet, it did not feel right. She did not like it at all. And
Wow.
one year they went to California and to visit some family.
Mhm.
And while they were in California visiting family, that house burnt down and the fire started in the closet.
Wow.
What's the fire?
Do what?
Did they say what caused the fire?
No. The fireman just said the fire started in that closet, and that's it.
Oh, that's scary.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is scary.
That's like a fire elemental or something.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, elementals aren't the nicest things out there.
No.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
Wow. I don't believe they're demonic, but I believe that they are definitely
They're not nice.
Nice.
they're not nice.
not. Wow.
I
That's
believe that.
Scary. Yeah.
That is scary.
It
Can
is-
you imagine that though?
No, I couldn't imagine being my aunt and being like, no, I'm not getting my butt whipped today. I'm
Right.
doing this.
Right. Well, thankfully
No
nobody
kidding.
was home and nobody was hurt.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that was my thoughts on the whole thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, my grandma, my aunt, and my uncle, they all confirm it. They're like, yeah.
Wow.
I can't even imagine. And then having a fire and it starts in that specific closet that they see
Right.
the red eyes.
Yeah.
So did they ever rebuild or anything?
No, they just moved.
They just
They're like, nope, screw that property.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
right. I can
Don't blame
understand
them.
I'd have done it too. I'd have been like, yep, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
I'm done. I'm good. I'm out.
It's good.
that. Wow.
I had a Bigfoot sighting at work once.
Let's talk about it.
Really?
That was anywhere from 2011 to 2012, I think. But we were in the shop. I cut steel plate parts and stuff or whatever. And I was at my machine and one guy was hollering at me at the back door. And I was like, what's he hollering about? So I head over to the back door and he's like, look, what is that? What is that? Pointing up. I mean, here in Oklahoma, we got rolling hills. We don't have mountains, and it was a good size hill. I mean,
Mhm.
it was quite a ways away. I mean,
Mhm.
I couldn't give you an estimation really, but there's a dirt road that it's like an access little dirt road up to a water tower on
Mhm.
top of the hill. And that road, at least 6 feet wide, at
Mhm.
least. And we could see this figure at the top of that hill on that road, and he was way taller than the road was wide.
Wow.
And the guy that hollered at me, he's like, "What is that? What is that?" I looked at him, I said, "What do you think it is?" I said, "Bigfoot."
Wow.
And we pretty much had a crowd. There was 10 or 15 people that saw it. And we were all just standing there at the back door like, what in the world? One guy ran out to his truck and got his rifle with a scope to try to get a better look at it. Yeah, you get a better look at it, but it was still just like a black silhouette.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was
How close do you
massive.
think it is? How close do you think it was?
It might have been half a mile away from us.
Was it just
Roughly.
standing there watching you guys, or you
It
said?
was pacing back and forth on that road. It would take like 1 or 2 steps and it'd be all the way across the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was waiting on family members or what to come meet it, but
Yeah.
it was up there for quite a while.
Yeah, and I can understand too, because you said a half mile, and some people think a half mile. Believe me, you look out
Yeah.
one of my windows, and if there's no crops out there, you can see a couple miles.
see it, yeah. No,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been a mile. I'm not real sure. I wanted to go up there, but I didn't even know how to get to that little access road that runs up there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was up there for quite a few hours, and this was middle of summer.
Wow.
Okay, if that's a guy, what's he doing standing in the middle of the road in the middle of summer? Because it was probably 90 degrees.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it ain't no dude. Gonna get.
Yeah, and the sheer size of it, even at a half mile, you can
Right.
tell that this is huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was massive. It was kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Huh. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think when people have one kind of encounter of something, I think they're more open to seeing and having other things encounter. Hence, ghost, Bigfoot, whatever.
I agree. I
do.
definitely agree.
I'm living proof. I mean, I had never really seen anything before, and all of a sudden now I'm hearing things, having things happen to me, and everything. So I mean, yeah, I totally agree with that too.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's interesting.
Hopping on.
Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. I'm glad you came on and told your story. That's cool.
All
Yeah.
right. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. It was good to meet you.
Nice
Good to meet
sir.
you.
y'all
Thank
too.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I just dropped the link in chat. If anybody else wants to join us, you guys are welcome to. And so there's some pretty
That was
cool
that was a cool
encounters.
story, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, just getting up the nerve and to be brave to walk through down the hallway through where that spirit was.
Yeah, because you don't want to get in trouble. And you're just like, I've got to do it. I'm not getting in trouble.
Yeah.
That's brave because I'm not so sure that I could have walked through a ghost. I'm just saying.
I would have just peed right there.
Yeah.
Well,
Punishment.
and I should have asked him if she had any more problems after that, or if she encountered her anymore after that. Because she kind of like faced her fears and said, this is the way it is. So
Yeah. And what's really cool, like he had said Grandpa wasn't so nice. However, Grandma, if she can face a freaking ghost and walk through it, she sure as shit can face that man.
That's
You know,
badass right
Well,
there.
she was probably thinking, Ghost, you're not nothing compared to what I've got to deal with on a daily, right?
right.
It.
Yeah,
Huh.
that was very brave of her.
I don't know.
Would you have run through it?
Yeah. If I had to go pee, yeah. I'd have gone. I'd have just went. Either you're gonna move or I'm gonna move, but I gotta go that way. I gotta go. Okay, so we were in Potosi, and Krista, I think I was with you at that time, and we were in the main mansion, and we were investigating. I think you and I were the only ones in the house. I think we were the only ones there, and I had to go to the bathroom. Well, you can use the facilities in there. They work. So I'm going back through the office and going into the bathroom, and I'm on my merry way going, I got to go. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, like this rough old man going, hey. It's the only time I said, I don't have to go.
Hold
Nope. No.
Was it in the bathroom with you?
No, it was going like, you know how you go through the office and then there's a bathroom there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that bathroom. And I was going through the office and I was like probably about 3
That
steps from
office
the
area
door.
is really haunted, though. We've had a lot of stuff happen in that.
Right. And as soon as I walked to that bathroom door, it's like, hey, I was like, oh,
Yeah. That's
I'll
cool.
wait a minute. It's just like, because I think I was the only one in the house at that time. I think you were outside. So I had to go in and go to the bathroom. I was like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait till somebody else comes in because no.
Yep, I hear ya.
It's like I wasn't scared of it, but it's like, you get that peeping Tom kind of feel. And I'm like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's like, no. No.
I hear you. We have
and
somebody else that joined us.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Josh Casto put added something in chat. She didn't have anything after that, at least that he knows of. So
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. If she finally said that's enough is enough, then that
right.
could have ended that right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. We have Kimber. Hello.
Hi, Kimber.
Hey, how are y'all?
Oh, good.
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. How are y'all? I'm great. I think I'm tired because I've been up all night, helping my cat give birth. So yeah, I haven't been asleep.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay. So you've been busy grandparenting.
Yeah, I've been a little busy. Yeah. So I'm a grandmama. Yeah, again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
I only had so far. Well, she had 2, right up against me, literally. And then I had to go to the store. So I don't know if she had more, but one of them is somewhere screaming right now. I wish she'd go take care of it, but she's over here on the bed chilling. And I'm like, really? Go take care of your children. I mean, just go get your children and shut them up. Give them a pacifier or something. Oh yeah. So yeah, a little tired, but I'm probably a little delirious at this point. But
It's okay.
so if I don't make complete and total sense, y'all understand why. Okay.
It's all good. All good.
Not to mention that I have 4 cats in here with me, so I'm a little crazy in the first place. I mean, I don't know. My mom died on Valentine's Day of 2000, right? And
Thanks, Josh.
that November, that it was like maybe late November, that early December that year, I was at my in-laws' house letting them see the girls. And I woke up and I don't know what woke me up, but I woke up. There was something at the foot of my bed. It was my mom. And I realized it was my mom. So it wasn't scary. It wasn't nothing. And nothing was verbally said or anything like that. But it was just telepathically, I guess, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning I woke up and I just had this urgency. I needed to leave that house. I had to leave. So I made an excuse because I was supposed to stay for like a week or so. And so I made an excuse. I said, I'm going to go. I called my aunt, my mom's sister. I said, she wants to see the girls. I'm going to go stay with her for a couple days and I'll be back. And they're like, okay. Because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, but I didn't want to tell them the truth either. So I didn't even know what the truth was. I just knew I had to go. Sure. So I left and I went to my aunt's and was there. And the next morning I got a phone call from them, from where I had been. And the night that I left, the house burned to the ground. It was only the slab left.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Fires. Good.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was an old brick house, but it was, a well-built house, I thought. But the fire inspector, it was a small town, and I knew the fire inspector, and he said, Kim, if you'd have been here, somebody wouldn't have made it out, because I know you'd have went and put the kids in the car, then you'd have went back in to try to get them because they're elderly. Somebody wouldn't have made it. As it stood, they both made it out just fine. And
Yeah,
in
it
other
sounded
words,
like it went up like a matchstick. Just
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing left but the slab. Literally, it was just the slab, and that was it.
Wow.
And I think they said it was like an electrical thing. I think, and I was like, "Whoa, that was." And so, like at the time it happened, I didn't realize that was like I didn't put two and two together. That's the reason my mother was there, telling me you need to get the hell out.
Yeah.
But it was like after that happened, and I sat there and thought about it, and I thought, "Wow, that's kind of like my guardian angel thing, I guess."
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and that's the only time I've ever seen her. The only time I've ever seen her.
Well, she came at an important time. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, Mom. Love you. And my aunt, her sister, told me, back in the day when you set up with the dead, in your house,
Mhm.
which was a little creepy. But she said that her and several other members of the family had seen people or spirits or whatever come down to get the people that were dead, to take their spirits away. I was like, whoa. But I was a kid. I didn't think about it. It just register in your head when you're a kid. You're just like, yeah, okay. And then you go on. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now it makes a little bit more sense. And then back not this past June, not last month, but last June, a year ago, I was coming back from my hometown, and I've zoned out driving before, y'all. I have, but not this bad. I mean, I have put myself into complete blackout before drinking, but I wasn't drinking. This was midday, like 1 o'clock on a Saturday.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not drinking. I am dead sober unless somebody spiked my Dr. Pepper at McDonald's. That's all I can say. I left Caldwell, Texas about 12. I hit Victoria about 2:30. And that's always like the midway point. I always like stop and go to the restroom or get something to drink or whatever. Then it's another straight shot to my house. Another 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember getting to Victoria. I don't remember if I stopped. I don't remember nothing. From getting into Victoria, I don't remember anything for about an hour until I woke up and I was in Goliad. And I'm like, where the hell am I? And I was passing the mission. And I was like, the hell is that? And I was like, where am I? And I looked around and it said Goliad. And I'm like, why am I in Goliad? I've never been to Goliad in my life. I had no reason to go to Goliad. So I had to do a little detour to get to Goliad from the way I was going. And why did I wake up right then? Why was I passing that mission? I stopped and checked my car. Like, did I wreck the car? Did I, whatever? There was nobody else on the highway but me. I was the only person there, which made it even weirder.
yeah.
So I was like, okay. Well, I just kind of, to wrap my head around it, I was like, okay, well, you got a lot on your mind, and you just kind of were thinking, and you got a lot. But I have never zoned out that bad, y'all. I don't remember like an hour of my trip. And that's scary. And I didn't wreck anything, so I'm good. Obviously, I'm good at what I do, but I don't know how that happened and why I would wake up there. So I had to kind of reroute myself and get back home. But by the time I came back home, there wasn't like enough time lapse to where it would be missing time. I mean, it added up. It was like maybe 20 or 30 minutes later than what I should have been here, right?
Wow.
So I wouldn't call it missing time necessarily, but I'm missing time. I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little freaked out by that, y'all. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I saw like a Grim Reaper thing.
Well,
over
what do
my
you
head.
what do you really think it was? Do you think maybe perhaps you may have went through a portal and lost track of time? Do you think that maybe it was an alien abduction, perhaps, because you did end up in a place where you were the only one on the road? I mean,
Right.
what do you think it was?
I don't know. Anybody got suggestions? Because I don't have a clue. I'm completely lost.
Damien's
Wow.
been abducted.
And
You
then
know,
I wasn't even like nothing paranormal was really like going on at that point in my life for me to put it together, make that connection. So I don't understand, or not that I realized anyway.
Sure.
I don't know. Anybody got suggestions? I'm open. I'm wide open. I'm telling you. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah.
Y'all tell me we both know.
I don't know either. However, a lot of it leads up to what you hear about the classic sign, of being abducted.
Yeah.
Why the hell would they want to abduct me?
Why not?
For what, comic relief? I mean, a joke? I mean, I don't know. What?
I mean, I'm not saying that's what happened to you, but you hear a lot of the same things with.
But it makes me think, because I am half Native American, right? They say that happens to more often, I've heard, to people with type O blood for whatever reason. And guess what type of blood I have, y'all? O.
Type O.
And I'm like,
It's universal. It's very universal. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Casto asked, do you have any missing organs or weird scars? Good question.
Or phantom pains or pains, period.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. No more than usual. I am old, so but not that I've noticed. I mean, honestly, so I haven't noticed any weird like incision marks or anything like that. Unless they put it in a place I can't see. I'm a little short. I can't see everything, but I haven't noticed anything.
Right.
And no.
And Kimber, you got me. I don't know. Now I've been on like road trips, and I do travel quite a bit. And I mean, I have zoned out and kind of came to, and I'm like, how did I get here?
Right.
I've done that quite a bit, but not for an hour. Not for an hour.
For an hour. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I'm literally passing that haunted mission in Goliad. And I'm like, the hell am I doing here? And so I'm like, why did I come here? Like, how did I get here? And I don't know why at that particular point I would wake up.
Did you notice if there was any markings on your car, or if
nothing?
The odometer was accurate?
No, the odometer was fine. Not one scratch on my car. Everything's fine. And I was the only one in the car, so I'll never know. I guess.
Well, I guess that is a true account of missing time. It's like Krista said, it's the classic definition of what you're giving us. You don't remember for a long length of time. You ended up somewhere you've never been. Yeah. And it's just classic. I wouldn't say it's that, but
the only way I could wrap my mind around it was, okay, Kim, you're under a lot of stress, you're under a lot of pressure, that's how I kind of made peace with it, right? And I didn't tell anybody, and I forgot about it until I was listening to one of y'all's podcasts. I don't know if it was y'all's or Texas or whose, but I was going out my bedroom door one day to go check my laundry, and somebody said something about missing time. And when y'all said it, I was like, oh shit, that happened to me. That did happen to me.
Yeah.
And so I started thinking, and I was like, I don't like that. Like, it made me feel kind of uncomfortable, actually. Like, it unnerved me a whole lot, to be honest with you. But I just kind of put it out of my head. Like, I was just, I zoned out. But I've never zoned that deep, y'all. Ever.
No.
Not for an hour. I mean,
not for an hour.
Yeah.
Several miles out of your way, but not that long. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like 30 miles out of the other direction that I should have been going. And that's not cool at all.
Yeah. You need to reach out to Bigfoot Michigan Rob. He experienced missing time as well. And actually, Greg Ogles is in chat, and he has too. And maybe compare.
Yeah, him, Tex, and Rob. Okay, I didn't know Rob had, but I
Yes, he did. It's on a boat even.
Yeah.
He was
Huh?
on a boat.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
they set off about midnight to go back home. It was dark out, and then by the time he came to, it was the sun was coming up.
That's a lot of
So and they lost all that time, and it was hours for him too. So yeah,
that's
that's
and
strange.
you know, when I was a kid, my cousin was in the Navy and he came home and I don't remember how the conversation even got started. I was a kid. But somehow the adults ended up talking about the Bermuda Triangle, right? And he said, you'll never know how much is classified, and I don't care what they do to declassify it, it's never going to be declassified, that the Navy is hiding from the citizens because there's so much shit that you wouldn't believe. And I was like, and then, I mean, but you don't hear about the Bermuda Triangle too much anymore. Now it's all like
No.
Alaska and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there, but
Yeah.
he said there was a bunch of stuff that they have been hiding, that they were hiding back then. And I believe it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it too.
Yeah, and we'll never know all their secrets ever. I don't care what they do.
Absolutely not.
Even if
What
they
we
reveal
do.
them, they're who's going to believe it? You know.
Right, exactly. And that's their thing. They're like, okay, well, we can, pull the wool. We pull the wool over their eyes this long,
Yeah.
And now if they say something, everybody's going to think they're crazy.
Yeah.
We are crazy. They're driving us that way. But, so I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? My bad. But yeah, I mean, that was really weird. But the only thing I ever saw that scared me was right after I got with my now ex. I saw something standing on my bed. It was like the Grim Reaper. Well, I did some little digging, and it's supposed to be a demon, y'all. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
In your house?
Can you describe this thing to me?
Well, it looked like the Grim Reaper. I mean, it was like the hooded cape thing, and there was no face. It was just black. I mean, it was like just air there, but it was black. So there were no facial features. It had his hand over his mouth. It was on his side of the bed. And so it had his hand over his mouth, but it was reaching for me. Like, and when I'm saying reaching, I'm not saying it bent over. I'm saying it just elongated its arm, reaching for me.
Ooh.
And I'm thinking, oh shit, you're not supposed to be here. And I closed my eyes and I started praying. I know I was praying in my head. I think I was praying out loud, but I'm not really sure because I didn't hear. But I closed my eyes. You're not supposed to be here. And I said the Lord's Prayer. That was the first thing that came to mind. And I woke up, I opened my eyes, it was gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
6 different people that don't know each other from Adam couldn't possibly know each other at different periods over the past, since 2017, tell me that I have a curse. That
Wow.
somebody has placed a curse. Danielle was the last one that told me that. And she gave me a cleansing ritual and everything. So when I'm gonna move from here really soon. So when I get to where I'm going, I'm salting everything. Y'all can just call me Salty because I'm gonna salt every damn thing I have. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna go buy every bag of salt the store has. I'm gonna salt everything. Because I don't want it can stay here. And I'm not the only one that sees things here. My roommates see things. My ex sees things. They're all seeing things, and we're all seeing them in different rooms at different times, independent of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just keep up the cleansings and
Yeah.
continue them even after you leave and go somewhere else. Continue the cleansings to make sure it doesn't come with you.
I'm going to look like a pickled chip by the time I leave here because I'm going to be so dried up.
Well, you don't have to use always salt. Don't forget your iron, which you can purchase iron nails at what is it, Krista, Home Depot or
Get
something.
Lowe's, yeah. Or anywhere.
Yeah, horseshoe nails. You can get all that kind of stuff that will also help you.
I've got a glass of water, salt water sitting out in my room in a few different places because my door jiggles.
Mhm.
Something walks across my pillow. It's awesome, y'all. Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated, I'm sure, because I'm sure it's not over yet.
Most definitely. Yeah, we'll do more of these kind of shows. So definitely keep us updated and where everybody can come on and say, hey, yeah,
Yeah, and keep us updated. I mean, if you come on and tell us stories, please, everybody, come back. Tell us updates. If you've got updates, we want to
I'm
know.
the crazy cat lady, y'all, but I swear that stuff really did happen. I swear.
We believe you.
We believe you.
I believe you.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I've heard too many stories.
But anyway, thanks for having me on. I'm gonna duck out so somebody else can duck in, and peace out, guys.
Thank you, Kimber.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Wow.
Wow, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
If someone was reaching for me and it was a black cloaked figure across the bed,
No, thank you.
I'd have lost myself right
She
there.
actually reached out to me and sent me some videos and stuff that's happened to her. And wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd have lost it right there. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, we have Joanne backstage. I'm going to bring her up. Hi there.
Hi,
Hi,
Joanne.
Joanne.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I saw you knitting before. What were you knitting?
Oh, I'm not knitting. I'm actually appliquing.
Oh, okay.
This is
okay.
Oh, I see.
flower.
You'll have to, you have to excuse Paul. He's ignorant in all things girly.
Oh, this is what I'm creating.
Oh, how pretty.
Wow. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be put on
Very cool.
this piece. Yeah, let's see.
It's a,
Goes this way. It's gonna be put onto this piece right here.
Oh, okay. I see.
that's going to be really pretty.
Very nice. Very pretty. You're very talented.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of goes about like that.
I kind of figured it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that know. My quilt guild is having a quilt show in August, and they're entering it. They're we're having our 40th anniversary, and the theme for it is ruby.
Oh,
So
okay.
it can be anything as long as it's red, like kind of ruby. So
cool.
that's what I'm entering. It's a wall
Awesome.
hanging.
Very cool. Very cool.
Anyways, I have had, and if you happen to see a cat pass by, it's just one of my cats.
And it's a real cat, not a spirit of a cat, right?
No. I have been an empath ever since I was a child.
Mhm.
And one of my most interesting, I'll say, things that have happened to me is when my father passed away. He died the week before 9/11.
Wow.
And he died from cancer. And it was an extremely spiritual happening. He died at a hospice house.
Wow.
And he died around 1:30 in the morning. But what had transpired was my cousin had gone to see him the day before, and she was with him by herself. And he had said to her, "Who are all these people behind me?" And she had said that, and at the time he had also asked me the same thing, but I was also taking care of my husband and my mother. My mother had dementia, so she had no clue what was going on. But anyways, she had said, well, Uncle Joe, I think that, those are your loved ones, coming to get you. And he said, okay. And of course, my father had asked me, and at the time, between the stress of everything, I just couldn't be in tune to what was going on. But what I had experienced that night, I was there when he passed, along with my brothers and their wives. And at the end of the hallway from his room, they had a larger meeting area for people to be able to go and sit and relax. And they had this very large window. And that night happened to be a very full moon. And I didn't know that that room was down there. I decided to go walking down towards that room. Well, at that hour of the morning, there's usually nobody that's awake because of every patient that's there, they're all hospice. As after he had passed and I started to walk out of that room, I heard church bells ring. And I'm just retelling this story of goosebumps. And there was no music playing. Nobody was listening to music. There was nothing. And I stopped and I took a deep breath. And two of my sister-in-laws were probably about 4 or 5 feet behind me. And I had, and they had said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Did you hear that?" And they said, "Hear what?" I said, "I just heard church bells ring." And they just kind of looked at each other and they said, "No." Of course, I'm the oddball in my family because some of them believe that I have abilities and some of them just think that I'm very weird, and I don't care what they think. That's just,
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Yep. They can either accept it or they don't.
Right.
So I decided to go walking down that hallway. And as I walked down to the end of the hallway into that room, the room, just lit up like
Wow.
there was, I want to say, hundreds of tiny little fireflies. Now, this room, except for the light of the moon coming in, but it was like there was tiny little fireflies in that room, and they were all dancing
Wow.
and swirling about in that room. And I can picture it like I'm in that room right now, watching these little lights. And to me, that was my dad's family and spiritual who have passed,
Wow.
coming to get him, greet him, and bring him
Wow.
to his eternal rest.
Okay, I do have a question for you though. When you're watching the lights, do you think that
Yes,
they were only being shown for you because you could see them?
I would have to say yes, because as I'm watching this and standing there and seeing this, my two sister-in-laws probably came into that room a few minutes later, and by that time frame, all they saw was moonlight. They did not see the lights. But I turned to them and I asked them, "Are you guys seeing this?" And they said, "What?" And I said, "Did you see all the light fireflies in this room, like the little lights. And they said no, but they believe me because I've been able to tell them things that, you know, happened in the past. I mean, they know I have an ability.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they kind of knew
Wow.
that we saw.
And you know, honestly, I mean, you know, yes, it was a death and it was your father. However, that was a beautiful moment that you witnessed.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
You know,
I absolutely love this story. This is amazing.
Yeah,
I love
I
this.
know.
I've had many things like that happen. There have been times in my life that like I'm a cancer survivor. I
Wow.
had
Good for you.
stage 4 cancer,
Good.
and I was cured from it.
Wow.
Fantastic.
The same. It happened the same year that my husband died.
Wow.
Did it
My
happen?
husband was a
Did it happen
very
after he died?
yes.
Mhm.
He was a very he had a very, very rare genetic disease.
Mhm.
And when I first met him, we met in 1987. And at that time frame, the illness that he had, they didn't have a lot of research done on that. It was that rare. Now
Wow.
they have made such a huge amount of research on this illness.
Amen to that.
I wish that he had could still be around to witness what they have been able to find out about this illness.
Mhm.
Anyways, but when I first met him, he had told me, he said, I'm not going to make it to the age of 60. And he actually died before that age. And he, and at that time, he was 33, I think.
Wow.
And he almost made it to 60. He died in March, and he would have been 60 that year.
Wow.
So I give credit. You know, we were very big believers in God only gives us what we can handle.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we would have been married 25 years the year that he passed away.
Oh man.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
yeah. But you know, I give credit to all of his doctors, and he was a joy, you know. And part of his illness was he was very complicated diabetic. He had both
Yeah.
diabetes insipidus and diabetes mellitus. At one point, he actually had his regular medical doctor, but he also had 14 specialists.
Wow.
So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. So
Wow.
we, you know, it was all part of
Mm-hmm.
they,
Wow.
you know, they were all blessings, you know. But in the end, when he was, and this is the most horrible part of his disease, unfortunately, is what happens is in the brain you have the brain stem, and in this little section where the brain stem comes in, you have all these little interconnecting parts of the brain. There's little bridges that connect to these. I'm just going to call them little circles. I can't think of the name of it. But what happens is these little bridges that help control your respiratory system and your swallowing and all of that works in here, those little bridges stop working. And
Wow.
basically what ends up happening is you suffocate.
Mm.
And
Oh, man.
this is what happens to some of these people that have this illness. And that's what happened to him.
Wow.
Only by the grace of God, he did not realize that this is what was happening to him in the end.
Wow.
And but for some people, they don't reach that, and they don't reach that age. Most people die before the age of 30 with this illness.
Wow.
And yeah, and he made it to almost 60. So
that's a miracle in itself.
Yeah, he did good.
Yes. So that's just one of my many blessings that I've had in my life. But anyway, so with my dad, I had the sound of the church bells. I had the lights in that, and then I had an aunt who was very religious. I told her that, and she says, "Oh, that just must have been the church down the road ringing their bells." And I'm thinking to myself, there's no church down the road that's going to be ringing bells at 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
But because she was kind of funny. She's very religious, but yet she would not accept anything that was kind of like supernatural or anything like that. It's like, okay, believe what you want to believe. But anyways, and that was my mother's sister, and she actually died the same year my mom did, and everything. But it's
yeah.
Well, thank you for telling us your story, though. That is amazing.
It absolutely
It was.
Oh, here we go. Here comes
There
one.
you go. There's the kitty cat.
There's the kitty.
Hey, kitty cat.
This is not it.
See.
Kind of looks like my cat. I got one similar colors.
Yeah. He's actually a nutcase. Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. See, now you're famous. Okay, now you get down, because I could feel you. You're about to go crazy on me. Yeah. He's bad news. Let me tell you. One minute he can be the sweetest kitty, and the next minute he is clawing onto my hand or my arm or something. And I swear he has the devil in him. And my aide, who comes and helps me just about every day, you would laugh, because I will be there. I'll be singing, Jesus loves you, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. And as soon as I get to the part of little ones that he adores, that's when he starts to freak out and grabs a hold of my arm and everything else, and it's like, okay, so and she's here to witness that, and she'll say, why did he do that? I went, I don't know, because I think the devil's in him, and that's a running joke with us, because
right.
Cats will be cats,
Right.
They have their own little personalities.
Exactly. And I wish my other one would come over. Usually he's like right here when I'm trying to do my speaking, and he is just the sweetest one that can be. He's a part Maine Coon, and he's about 17, 18 years old, and he's just a big ball. Yeah, he's fun.
Wow.
That's the second Mancoon reference on the show tonight.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you so much for having me on and telling me one of my many stories.
Thank you, Joanne.
God, you have such a great aura about you too. You really do.
And you know, Joanne, while you were telling that your experience there, I wanted so bad for you to read me a book, and I just recorded. You had a beautiful voice the way you were telling that story. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so very
You're
much. Like I said, I have had many experiences, and that was just one of them. Of
It was awesome.
Wow.
my
But thank
first
you.
experience was my first experience actually was when I was about 5 years old, and I had this. My parents had put me into my own bedroom because I grew up with 4 brothers and I was the only girl. And my mother said, "You can't be sleeping with." Now we were in bunk beds, mind you. Okay, so there he goes, being a nutcase. So my mom told my dad she needs to have her own room. So one of the first, I want to say the first nights that I was sleeping in there, and my grandfather had passed away, and his spirit came to me. Of course, he freaked me out because it was just this big green head that came into the room and scared the bejeebies out of me. And of course I woke up screaming, and of course my mother was like, "You can't be watching." And of course we're talking, I was 5, so that would make me 60 years ago now. Woke, I won't say woke everybody up in the household, but it woke up my parents because I was next to their room, and scared the bejeebies out of my mom and my dad and everything. So yeah. And it was, what was really weird is that I didn't realize that was my grandfather, because my dad had no pictures of his father, because it was his dad. And it wasn't until my uncle passed away when my cousin had photo albums of her father and the family and stuff like that. And I happened to be looking through it. I went, "Oh my goodness," thinking to myself, "That's the face that I saw when I was a little kid." And then I had to ask her, "Who is this?" And she said, "That's Pepe." And I went, "Holy crap." And then I had to tell her about what I had experienced as a child, and which was no big deal because she fully believes that I have that ability and everything. So anyways, but yeah, that was my very first experience. Yeah, I'm seeing a big
Awesome.
head coming through the window. So yeah, but yeah. And then of course my parents constantly told me as a child that, "Oh, that's just your imagination," or "No, there's no such thing as ghosts." That was my father's biggest thing. When you get told that as a child over and over again, and then your brothers are calling you weirdos and everything else, it's kind of like, okay, you keep it to yourself. Anyway, so thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on.
That was
God
awesome.
bless you both, and I hope to come back sometime.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you
You
so
guys
much.
have a great night, and God bless you.
You
You
too.
too.
Good night, Joanne. Thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was a beautiful story.
It was so like heartwarming, it was touching me. It was like, "Ooh, I'm feeling things. Stop it. I'm feeling stuff." Oh God.
I don't get emotional with these things too often, but I was getting a lump in my throat.
That's what I mean. It's like, "Ooh, I'm feeling stuff. Stop." Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way she told it was just her voice was just so calm and soothing and stuff. It was just awesome.
It was. She was awesome. Yeah, we had some great people. Everybody was wonderful that came on.
I know. We've had some great stories tonight. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. We'll have to do more of these kind of shows. We don't do them very often, and maybe we need to, Brandy.
I think we do. I think we have better luck with these on our Friday nights than we do on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I really do, because I love to hear other people's experiences, because, like Joanne was talking about her family was telling her, "Oh, she's weird, she's whatever." Well, this is the place you can come and, hey, we're all weird here.
We're all weird here. That's right.
It's all good. It's all good. And I love to hear other people's experience to see if I can actually resonate with some of this going on, from growing up and, that sort of thing. It just kind of validates you as a resident weirdo.
Sorry,
It's
I got
good
a
to be
dog
weird.
that keeps pawing me. A 200-pound dog that is pawing me. Stop. Stop. He's all
He wants to
loving.
tell his story. He wants to get on,
He's wanting
on this too.
attention. That's what he's wanting. It's like,
Yeah, he's. You see his big old face? He's bigger than Krista. There he is.
See? He wants to be on.
yeah, he's something else. Let me tell you.
Yeah. He's way bigger than Krista.
Yes, he is. He just and he keeps pawing me. I'm like, come on, Hoss.
Because he loves you to the moon and back.
Yeah, just give me 5 minutes. Get showtime to get over, okay? 5 minutes. And the
He's
girls
so
are
sweet, though.
sleeping because usually they'll hear me in here and they'll come and they'll call him in their room and they haven't. So
Oh, that's all right. But he normally hangs out with you, don't he?
well, usually
Just
he
like-
lays down and he's really good always by me.
Mhm.
Always. He always lays here by me, but not tonight.
He's feeling the warm fuzzies, and he's like, "Mom, give me some.
Yes.
There you
Give
go.
me some warm fuzzies."
Yeah, he is. Amy asked what kind of dog. He is an English Mastiff. Yeah. he's a big boy though.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was a fun night. I enjoyed this tonight.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good, and I think I needed to hear more stories from people. Heartfelt
Yeah.
stories, and yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I really enjoyed everybody who came on tonight. I enjoyed all the comments. I was trying to read them all. Some of them were quite funny. And yes, Poncho, when you go out in the woods, wear your pantyhose.
That's right. And Pancho, we haven't forgot about you. We really do need to go down there, Brandy. We've talked about this.
Right.
Well, you're right there by it. I need to make the trip down. So
Yes.
yeah, most definitely. And real quick, I want to thank BMR, T-Bone again for gifting, Josh Casto, and Shane Viking. Thank you guys, all of you
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you, everybody. That was really sweet. That's really sweet.
Yep. After tonight's show, tune in to, I believe, Paranormal Roundtable. We'll be having a live show.
Mhm.
And then tomorrow night, Paranormal Paul.
Yep.
Brandy's coming on tomorrow night.
I'm going to have you guys on, and we're going to talk some Bigfoot stuff.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then I guess tomorrow night, aren't you starting to, you're going to be with Josh tomorrow
Starting
night?
on Saturday nights, I'll be on PRT with Josh. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So got a lot
More
going
call-in
on.
shows.
Yeah. You're getting out there. You get around there, Paul.
2 nights in a row here, and tomorrow night, and tomorrow's going to be a busy night.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
it is. It sure is.
That is fun.
So, anyway, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We appreciate everybody coming on who came on, and thank you all so much for just being here because it means a lot to Brandy and I, and that you guys show support and for us. We definitely appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you guys have anything else?
That's it. Just make sure PRT's next. That's about it.
Keep it weird.
Yep. Keep
Keep it weird.
I like that. That's awesome. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Everybody.
Bye.